island.
Done and done.
I have been taken against my will. I am in need of rescue. Outsider, I remember you. You're the one who freed the skull from the dark spell. Thank the All-Maker that you have come. These accursed elves have taken me from my home. No, my wounds are not serious. I don't think the elves were trying to harm me. Perhaps they intended to frighten me. At worst, I have a few bruises to show for my ordeal. I do not know this word, Thalmor, but if you mean the elves, they were trying to learn the secrets of forging Stalrim. Their leader, an elf named Ankarian, has a map. He says that it shows the location of a hidden source of Stalrim. Enchanted ice. As hard as iron and as cold as death. Stalrim can be forged into deadly weapons, but the art is known only to the smiths of the skull. They have a ship. They took me there and showed me the map. You will find it on the northern coast of the island. Please, do not let Ankarian make his weapons. Kill him or let him live. But take the map from him. It belongs with the skull. I will return to the village. When you have the map, please bring it to me there. And thank you. May the All-Maker bless your days.
You are trespassing here. I strongly suggest you move along. Thalmor to arms! Kill the intruder! Never... Yeah! 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 You cross the Thalmor, you pay the price. That's all you've got? We will have that, Star, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. On your knees, worm! No! Damn you! Enough!
From its living vessel.
It is good to see you again, my friend. Did you find the elves at their ship? I know you faced great danger to bring this map to me. There are no words to tell how glad my heart is. Thank you, brave one. I name you Friend of the Skull, and I will trust you with the knowledge of forging Stalrim. If you bring Stalrim here to my forge, you can use my tools to make what you will from it. Until our next meeting, Skull Friend. May your hunts always bring you game, and your crops grow tall and bountiful. I fear to think what would have happened if you hadn't saved me from the elves. Well, first you'll need to obtain some Stalrim, of course, and then you'll need to work it. You can find some in Raven Rock Mine, as well as that new source of Stalrim on the map you recovered from the elves. Just be sure to bring an ancient Nord pickaxe with you. It's the only pickaxe that can mine the Stalrim properly without breaking it. Just make sure that the berries ripen. Well, first you'll need to obtain some Stalrim, of course, and then you'll need to work it.
I remember that you ate one of the
Skill and patience. It's very much like working ebony. Yes. I'd say if you know how to forge ebony, then you know everything you need to know in order to forge Stalrim. Farewell.
I heard from Dior how you went in search of Baldur. That was very brave, and in fact, that's just the kind of courage I'm looking for.
We're nearly out of coal again.
Modest as well as brave. Most admirable. I can see why the Skull think highly of you.
But I think that Edla would...
Yes, I think you're just the adventurous sort I need.
You know how
I have a job offer for you. As a scholar of history, I've always found Solstheim to be most intriguing. I've made many forays into the ancient ruins that cover the island.
I'll ask Edla to
I've come to know those ruins so well, I could draw you a map from memory. That's why I noticed the new passage the moment I laid eyes on it. An old tomb, I think. It must have been opened by an earthquake that accompanied one of the Red Mountain's eruptions. I'd love to have a closer look. Those old ruins can be dangerous, and I'm no adventurer. I'll pay you to watch my back down there. I'll be heading back there soon. If you're interested, meet me at the ruins and we'll see what we can find. Now I'm off to pack for the expedition.
My mother was Skull, but she left the village and I was born in Skyrim. A trade ship from Skyrim struck ice off the coast near the village, and the Skull took in the surviving sailors. My mother fell in love with one of the sailors, my father, and eventually returned with him to Skyrim. Sadly, no. She died in Fall Creek, where I was born. I came across a few of my mother's old things not long ago. Among them was a necklace that my father gave to her when they were married. I believe she would want it placed upon her tombstone in Fall Creek, as a symbol of her undying love and the great sacrifice she made for it. If you find yourself in Fall Creek, please give this amulet to the priest Runel and tell him that I sent you. He will understand. I don't have much to give in reward, but return to me when the task is done and I'll do what I can. Thank you, Skull Friend. Well, the dragons are a constant danger, but so far they have taken little interest in our village. Thank the All-Maker for that. But have they forced us to change the way we live our lives? No, not at all. They are but one more hardship, added to the many we already endure. Well, my mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could find peace. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary, but I was never truly happy until I came here. Until next time.
I'm the leader of the Skull, but it's the All-Maker who truly protects and provides.
Curse my lack of organization. I know that...
Bandits sometimes come at night to steal our food. They think that stealing from us is easier than hunting for themselves. It will be dangerous, But if you'll deal with these thieves, we would be most grateful. Then may the Allmaker give you the strength of a great bear and make your will as firm as stone. I was chosen by the people of the village when our last leader, Scoff the Giant, departed the cold world to join the Allmaker. I suppose I've always spoken my mind and tried to do what's best for the Skaal. That's why the others call me Fanari Strongvoice. We are Nords, much like those you'll find in Skyrim. Long ago, our path diverged from that of our cousins on the mainland. We live as one with the land, for the land provides all that we need.
Let's see.
Also, like the Nords of old, we embrace the Allmaker. We do not worship the 9 gods of the Empire. All right, then.
I came here to study the history of Solstheim, but it's the Skaal who intrigue me the most. Oh, no, most certainly not. I'm a historian. I'm here to learn about the history of Solstheim. Solstheim is a fascinating place, but we know so little about its past. There are many mysteries that remain unsolved. Yes, that was a most disturbing experience. But to answer your question, the architecture was strange, almost otherworldly. Given that, and the considerable power it must have taken to affect our minds so completely, it would suggest the work of a powerful mage. Either that, or perhaps a Daedra. If so, then may the 9 protect us. Powerful and malevolent entities who make their home on the plane of oblivion. Some of the more powerful among them can exert their influence within our world, and when they do, men inevitably suffer. Well, let me think. I suppose it's been nearly a year now. My goodness, how the time has flown. Well, not so far. They think I'm a bit strange, but they seem to tolerate me. In fact, they've been very accommodating, hospitable even. They seem happy to talk about their traditions and history. Until next time. Curse my lack of organization. I know that book is here.
My mother was Skaal, but she left.
Fear to
the
think what
village
would
I
have
was born in.
happened if you hadn't
I'm
saved
relieved
me
that you
from
were
the
able to
elves.
save Baldur. I admit,
You're
I
dead.
wasn't ready to become Smith of the Skull. All right then.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick.
The Dark Elf... Huh?
The blood of wolves runs through your veins, Skaal friend. The first piece of wisdom I teach to any hunter of the Skaal is to ask the simple question. Should I truly kill this beast? We take only what we need, and so we preserve the oneness with the land. The Skaal hunt not for sport, but to survive. We believe that all creatures have a right to live as they will, and when we take what we need from them, we thank the beast for its gifts. The less we disturb the land and the beasts within it, the more we respect the wishes of the Allmaker. Deer, bear, and horker provide most of what we need for skins and meat. Sometimes, when the wolves grow too bold and threaten the village, we must hunt them to cull their numbers. When we stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying that I am the most skilled hunter in the village.
The snowberries are not yet
I
sweet
doubt
enough.
that an outsider could truly understand. But I hope my words have helped to answer your question. In days past, my brother Torkild and I would share the hunt,
This time you will leave
but
some
that
for the
was
rest of us.
long ago. I wish I could tell you. He had a wild gleam in his eye, more so than most. In my darkest times, I fear he fell in among the werebears of the glacier. Twisted beasts, a curse of here seen. True bears are noble and great creatures of the wild, but the Daedra have no skill for creation, so they defile the Allmaker's workings. I've heard tell of men who, by curse or by heart's desire, become transformed into one of those vile things. It is a pitiable fate, and one that I fear has fallen to my brother. He set off from here so long ago, it's hard to say. Could be in Hammerfell for all I know. If you happen to cross his path, be wary. He was a fierce warrior as a man. If he fell prey to his more bestial side, he could be deadly. He never felt the call of the Allmaker as I do, as we all should. We seek to live in peace with the land, but he had an eye for dominance and strength. For unnatural strength, you need look no further than the beasts of this island, mangled by the Daedra. It's not a fate I would wish on anyone, and not what I wanted for my brother.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick.
I hope you will give me word if you find anything about my brother.
I welcome you, friend of the Skull.
Where'd you come from?
Like this.
Die, outlander!
That'll teach you.
Damn wizards. Not good enough for your precious Colin J.
Have you put those thieving bandits to the sword? Your kindness warms my heart as sunlight warms the skin on a cold day. The Skull are once again in your debt, outsider.
Curse my lack of organization. I know that book is here.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. Time to die, Outlander!